Saquon Barkley, but we'll see how he does today.
Well, it is a different Nittany Lions offense. Pressured on the first play, penalty flag, and McSorley goes down. And the Michigan defense will be on the prowl. Matthew Godin got there.
The same from Don Brown and Michigan's defense.
And I think one of the challenges for Penn State is to find a way to get Barkley the ball. That's a short dump pass to the tight end, Mike Gesicki, for a short gain to set up 3rd and long. 10. McSorley's got to get out of there, and the ball is across the goal line. He got sacked right near that goal line. It's not a safety, but it's not good for Penn State.
It's not a safety for about half a yard. Wormley just comes at the top of the screen. Wormley is a player that has been coming better and better every single week. He's due for a breakout game, the senior captain of this Michigan team. We talked with him last night. He is an impressive young man. Almost got 2 points for his team.
So now you got to punt from the back of your end zone to that guy.
Good luck. Don't expect them to punt it directly to Peppers in the middle of the field.
You'd be better off punting it about 25 yards and out of bounds, I think. Instead, right down the middle of the field, and it is a booming punt, but it is off the pickup. Peppers, who's got lots of room across midfield. 35, cuts it back. Peppers keeps his balance. No, inside the 10. He had that end zone in front of him, and he cannot believe it. Quarterbacks from the state of Virginia. Wilton Spate from Richmond, same high school as Russell Wilson. He's rolling right on this 2nd down play, looking back and under pressure. Gets away, throws it, and he's got his man. Inside the 20, that's Smith, the running back. He'll get close, but short of the first down. It's 3rd and 3, and Smith is the tailback. With the fullback Hill in the backfield. And another pass, they'll throw it, and it's caught. Nice catch by that fullback inside the 5. Khalid Hill, first down.
Great catch by Khalid Hill. It's not a very well thrown ball.
Smith alongside Spate, who sprints right, now throws into traffic. The ball was caught short of the goal line by Darboh. We'll see if Michigan has a decision to make. Trying to get the home fans to be a little quieter. 4th and goal. And the fullback gets it. Touchdown.
I think a big part of that decision for Jim Harbaugh was watching that first series from Penn State offensively and knowing that you have such a good defense and you can put a new quarterback, even if you don't.
Wolverines up and good. What a start for the 4th-ranked team in the country. 7-0 early at the Big House, and it all started with that big punt return from one of the best players in college football, Jabril Peppers in Michigan, with the 7-0 lead.
To just power through Glasgow for the first down.
Play fake, the throw across the middle, incomplete. Incomplete, intended for Deshaun Hamilton.
Got to make that throw. Best in the country.
2nd and 10. Michigan shows some of that pressure. McSorley throws, and that one is almost intercepted. Again, intended for Hamilton. Lewis with the coverage. One of their best pure pass rushers, Taco Charlton, back healthy today as well. Charlton in the backfield, couldn't get Barkley down as Penn State hands it off on 3rd and long. Gary made the tackle.
We saw Barkley there, came up short, trying to get the first down, but he's looked good.
Jeremy Clark on Godwin, the best receiver for Penn State.
McSorley will throw short, and that good open field tackle. Tompkins brought down. Penn State doesn't get close.
Welcome back, Jordan Lewis. He's in the slot. You know exactly where he's going to be. Question that, why would you throw the ball at Michigan's best player? I know it's just a screen there, but no way that offensive lineman is going to be able to get out there in an athletic position to block Jordan Lewis.
On 2nd down and 4. Spate going to throw. He's got a man. It's caught right near the mark. Amara Darboh. I would think forward progress gets him the first down. It's 6 for the Wolverines. Spate in the shotgun. Pressure picked up. Wide open. First down and more inside the 20, and that big tight end, Jake Butt.
Great pickup and keep him in the game.
On 3rd and 4, Smith is the back. Spate, middle, caught, first down. Stopped short of the goal line. Grant Perry, the sophomore wide receiver. You got Hill, the fullback, lining up in front of Smith, the tailback. 1st and goal. They will try Smith. Smith, touchdown.
Great power block by Kyle Kalis and Eric Magnuson. Here they are right here. Watch this combo block. They're going to put this defensive end in the end zone. That's what you have to do in these situations. This offensive line, that was a good sign.
Kick is up and good. And I think, Brian, what you said, Michigan wants to be able to run the ball inside the 5, and it made their coach happy that they did it successfully. Khalid Hill, Channing Stribling, Devin Bush, maybe some others, Michigan players before the game. The pitch play to Barkley, ran into his own man, stayed on his feet, and got maybe 3 yards on first down. There's players on the field here today, off to a great start. Barkley up the middle, swarm. Ben Gideon led the way with a big hit from his linebackers.
You got to throw the ball with McSorley. Big 3rd down here. Penn State has got to keep their defense off the field and start to put some drives together.
McSorley right away pressured and goes down. They had no time to get away. Chase Winovich was the first one to get there.
Winovich and Wormley just come on a little twist, a little stunt. Chase Winovich, he's not the biggest guy on this defense. He's not the one you shuffle off the bus first to intimidate teams, but he has a motor that is unmatched for Michigan, and that little an interesting number as you see him on offense.
Yeah, he's in the game. They faked the pitch to him and gave it to Smith, who's got the big goal. Smith inside the 40 to the 30, still going. What a great run by Davion Smith.
Just the threat of Jabril Peppers on the speed sweep affects everybody defensively. It gives a little bit of hesitation, allows Mason Cole to get to the 2nd level, and then Davion Smith starts to put on some moves on the 2nd level.
Well, Higdon is still in the game. Michigan's run 18 plays, 16 of them in this game have been in Penn State territory. And off Higdon, tripped up. I think he saw Green out in front. Stopped at the 20, it'll be 3rd down.
Lose their leadership at linebacker. It's a real challenge in the front 7 today.
Yeah, they have so little playing experience of all those guys. They hand it off and pitch it back to the corner. McDoom cuts in and got close, and I think that lunge at the end might have gotten Michigan the first down. 2 tight ends on the right side. Smith trying to go in that direction, breaks a tackle inside the 10, down to the 8. On the final play of quarter number 1, a quarter that was dominated by the Wolverines. Thinks they're there. Spate, and that one is broken up, but a penalty flag is thrown, intended for Perry. Brandon Smith in coverage.
After review, the call of targeting is confirmed. Number 47 is disqualified from the game. Automatic first down, Michigan.
I don't agree with that call, and it's a killer for Penn State because they don't have anybody at linebacker.
Saturday, 3rd and goal. Michigan trying to punch it in. Spate with lots of time. End zone. Touchdown. The tight end, Asiasi.
Spate that much time to survey the field with a great design on the route. Asiasi's just going to go. You're going to see Butt's going to come across the field, and you have to account for him. And then Asiasi's going to come right in the middle of the field. Butt has caught so many of these drag routes. You got to run with him, and the time allows Spate to get to his 2nd read for an easy touchdown.
Extra point up and good. Well, the targeting call was huge. Set up Michigan 1st and goal. They throw it into the end zone to take a 21-0 lead.
And Sefo Lufau didn't finish the game. In fact, there hasn't been a starting quarterback to start against Michigan and finish the game so far this year.
I don't know if that bodes well for Trace McSorley.
It just tells you how physical this defense is.
When you think about the proud history of Penn State football, all the great defensive linemen and linebackers. 3rd down. He's got a man open. Spate, another good 3rd down pass. Grant Perry into Penn State territory.
That's run out of answers.
They fake that pitch to Evans and throw it downfield. Open, caught. Another 1st down. Down to the 27. Chesson hung on that time on 3rd down. Peppers is in the game. Now Peppers sprints out to the right side. Spate throws the screen. Evans with blockers in front. Cuts it middle. Gets down inside the 25. Not all the way for the 1st down, but clearly in field goal range. Brown is in the game. How about Michigan going for it on 4th and 7? 3rd time they've gone for it on 4th down today.
I'd love to see my kicker here in this situation.
Yeah. Spate in the pocket. Spate's going to try to run for it. Spate will stumble ahead and get the 1st down. I didn't know about that one.
Well, it looked like Manny Bowen had a chance to get him on the ground, and Spate gave him the dead leg. He doesn't have a whole lot of moves. It's going to come right at you. You tell me if you would have made this move.
Looks like you back in the day, Greasy. That was a grind to get to that marker.
Hey, he went to the same high school as Russell Wilson. He's not quite Russell Wilson in the scrambling department, but he got the job done. They go for it on 4th down and get it. Now back in the red zone. 1st and 10. And off Smith. Smith spun ahead for a gain of a couple. Peppers in the slot is going to come in motion. They'll fake that pitch to Peppers. Throw short. The tight end butt cuts it back inside the 5. 1st and goal, Michigan. Get the tailback. Higdon gets it. Higdon! Touchdown! Up and good. 46 seconds.
That's as good as I've seen Michigan offensively play this year.
Yeah, they are dominant today.
Weapons, you got to get the ball out to that really deep receiving core.
That is a big game on both sides. Barkley takes the handoff right side with all kinds of room. Barkley with that speed and the shiftiness for a big game. 10.
See it again, bumping around at the top of the screen.
Maybe a little extra pressure this time from Michigan. Picked up well. Godwin knocked away with a flag. Again, Stribling with the coverage. This is the deepest that Penn State has moved the ball in the game. McSorley, he has a man, it's caught along the sideline. Barkley. They are finally finding some ways to get Saquon Barkley the ball. Barkley bounces it right. Barkley pushed out of bounds inside the 5 by Thomas.
Position to have more production and more touches.
He's their best player. He's their most talented player. McSorley, pressure from Charlton, lobs it up, and Barkley couldn't catch it. He is on the field for this 3rd and goal play.
If he wants more plays, you got to make those.
Yeah, he had a chance, you're right. Andre Robinson is in the backfield. McSorley, a fade. It is juggled and incomplete. Godwin may have gotten his hands on it, Stribling again with the coverage.
What do you think of this decision?
I do not get it. You're playing for cosmetics, not to try to win the game. You're down 28-0. Up and good. Well, the 0's gone.
Right now, James Franklin take what he can get.
They had some players.
Yeah.
I think Michigan was pretty impressed. Evans, the freshman, First down and still in bounds. Evans across midfield. Cameron Brown might have saved a touchdown. A big play for Chris Evans.
You know, we've talked about Evans a lot early in the season. He got some more run, and today he's been sprinkled in and out of the lineup. What you see with him is speed. That's the big difference. You obviously have Davion Smith, who can be the pounder inside, but I think the more the season goes on, the more we're going to see of Evans being that complement back.
They give it to Isaac. Isaac, first down. The opposite side. And now motion one of them back and pitch it to the right side. That nice block, and it was Magnuson who helped Smith get the first down.
There they go again. Magnuson and Kalis outside with those guys. That's great versatility.
I think Hill has had a good game at fullback. Higdon straight ahead inside the 5, very close to a first down.
They didn't feel like they could really do that.
First and goal. Evans. Touchdown, Michigan. Right behind the fullback. What a drive for the Wolverines. It's good. 2:42 to go. Quarter number 3 in Ann Arbor, 35-3. One for 10, Nittany Lions on third down. Nice delivery from McSorley, and it's a first down. Gesicki
having handled easily Michigan State and already beaten LSU.
Yeah, Wisconsin's defense has a chance to hold up against this. I mean, it's a powerful offense. McSorley deep, underthrown, incomplete, but a flag is thrown. Intended for Irvin Charles, who's a redshirt freshman wide receiver from Hamilton, the wide receiver on that play. Oh, you're right. Second and goal. Andre Robinson in. They'll throw across the middle. Godwin, touchdown. First time Penn State in the end zone today. Up and good from Tyler Davis.
So I'm sure I'd like that one.
Spate throws out left flat to the fullback. Poggi upfield, first down to midfield.
Spate's pass complete to Henry Poggi.
Second down and 11. The clock winding down. Isaac found that hole. Nifty running from Ty Isaac. Close to the first down, just a little bit short. Those games have not been close. That's another one for Michigan. I think you can hear Jim Harbaugh.
False start. Offense. Number 71. 5-yard penalty. First down.
He wants to talk to the quarterback. You could hear it. What is going on? Well, it's 35-10 with 6.5 minutes to go, but that's the second false start on this drive.
I truly believe that on the sideline, Jim Harbaugh thinks it's 0-0.
I do too. Downfield, incomplete, and no flag thrown. Campbell with the coverage intended for Chesson.
Harbaugh on the sidelines giving this official an earful. I mean,
it's the same principle, right? Hey, you play the game like it's 0-0, and Jim believes you officiate the game like it is. Second and 15. And a handoff. Nice run down the sideline. Higdon, touchdown. The sophomore Karana Higdon. He's got some stuff.
And you got to give an assist to this offensive line. Left tackle Grant Newsom, number 77, downfield, getting the block there, the seal. You get any of these backs into the second level, and especially Higdon and Evans, they can make you pay.
And the touchdown run of 40 yards with the extra point on top of it. Number 4 Michigan leading 42-10.
This Michigan defensive front. They're big and physical, but they are very well coached by Greg Madison.
I like it. Doesn't always have to be an offensive guy using those hands. That's an interception. Good hands for the linebacker Mike McCray. who's going to try to bring it back. He'll get shoved out of bounds. And that will just kind of put the finishing touches on this one.
And such a difficult position to be in as a opposing quarterback, down 32 in the fourth quarter, just trying to get something pushed down the field and tried to force that ball in. And talk about good hands. Mike McCray, that was too easy. Cancer last November and had a huge impact on this team.
And still does. Isaac out of bounds.
Huge impact on Jim Harbaugh and Ben Gideon. It's not lost on that man.
Isaac gets it again. Touchdown.
Some reserves in there on the offensive line, still getting pushed. Ty Isaac, 230 pounds. Tough to bring him down.
So his first touchdown run of the day, 49-10. Wolverines. What a statement.
And I have no idea how UCLA is going to stop Christian McCaffrey. I mean, every time you play Stanford, that's the question you got to ask.
Some tough running, but in the end, the football pops out. A fumble scooped up by the Wolverines. So even when Penn State does something mildly positive, it goes wrong.
Jim Harbaugh, and they ended up with 327 yards on the ground. Check that box, but it's not going to be as easy next week, and they're going to put the game in Wilton Spate's hands and make him beat them, and it'll be a new challenge.
Michigan State looming, and then November it gets real tough for the Wolverines, who look every bit the part of a top 5 team today. Big Ten opener, and this is a team that's ready to make a run. They got lots and lots of talent, but their quarterback has continued to get better and better.
Well, and we've seen it, year in, year out. The teams at the end are the ones that get better every week. They don't plateau. And this Michigan team, from the Hawaii game to UCF, where they gave up a bunch of runs, to the CU game, they gave up a bunch of passes. They were better today than they were the first 3 weeks.
So Jim Harbaugh and company, a lot to be proud of today. Found Saquon Barkley for a handshake before heading back into the locker room. Wolverines fans thrilled with the way this one went. 49-10, the final score.